It seems today that all we see are useless magic trailers you can't believe. So where are those informed, honest people who help you choose what to buy? With PropDog you can always rely. PropDog are a team who will always aim to please you. Integrity and service that you can't deny. It's time for PropDog Live!
Boom! That was good timing, wasn't it?
That's not bad at all.
We
Hello,
should
people.
reverse that.
We should
better.
one day.
You guys don't see what happens. The last 2 seconds, Alex is over there working away, and just he hears live, he runs over, just stops to get there. So hello everyone, and welcome to Friday Live again. I can't believe it. Finley has been beaten to the top by Charlie. Good effort, Charlie.
Well done, Charlie.
Yeah.
So where did Kevin King come?
He's miles down here,
Oh.
all the way down in fourth. I mean,
Oh,
if you're not first or
Kevin.
second, then you're nobody really. Even Frank from all the way over in Florida has managed to get third. So hello, Frank. I hope you're well, mate. Finley and Charlie both say hi. He says, "Happy Friday, Alex. Have you seen the effect Just the Soul? If so, any thoughts on it? It has gotten some hype from reviewers. Thanks."
Oh, I think so. Is that the Adrian Vega one with the folded card that he unfolds? If that's the one, Frank, I have. Confirm that, and then I'll talk about it.
Yeah, I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Kevin King says, hello PropDogs, hello Kevin, I hope you're well, and happy Poets Day, Charlie, to you too, mate. Immortal playing cards, afternoon gents, hope you're well. I'm very well. I wish I was immortal.
Do you really?
Yeah. Well, a couple 100 years anyway. I'd probably chop my head off after 300 years because I'll be just fed up.
But we want to be. You won't. But I'm assuming you wouldn't age though.
Oh no, God no!
You
I have to stay healthy as I am. Yeah,
right,
God,
health,
can you imagine?
right, stay as you are.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
otherwise, you'd be after 120, you'd be like, oh.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I stopped.
200 years to go. Yeah. Wouldn't want that, would you?
No.
Yeah. No. Okay. Right. I know. Just thought I'd add that little thing in.
I'm not sure. I don't know. I quite like the idea of. I don't know. Children, everything would grow up and be older than you, and
Yeah, but I want to see what happens in the future. I want to know if we'll be driving flying cars, if aliens will visit, if we'll be living on the moon or Mars, and if nanotechnology will come ahead, or the diamonds, the roads will be paved with diamonds.
I've seen flying cars. I know there's something about flying taxis are in the process of being developed. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Are they like
two
drone-like
companies rivaling over the whole.
Yeah, but
they're not really cars, obviously, because they don't go on the road. So
there have been flying cars around since the 80s, mate.
Yeah, but then we've bought the wings on, like you see in
James Bond.
Yeah.
But
the
drone ones.
Yeah, so there's droney cars.
Personal jetpacks.
Yeah,
I want to be able to walk out PropDog and go, I'm just going to go to London.
See, that is a bizarre technology that hasn't taken off yet, isn't it?
What, jet technology?
Well, the whole, he had him on in Dr. No, didn't he?
Yeah, but
So
they only had a limited time of about 3 or 4 minutes,
Yeah,
and it was something
on.
like £50,000 a second or something to run.
Oh,
but the new
I mean-
jetpacks are good, like the Iron Man kind of thing with their hands. They're
right,
yeah,
okay.
Those are good, but they're ridiculously dangerous unless you know how to do it, and again very expensive. And I'm sure there's some kind of problems.
Don't drink in jetpack.
Don't drink a jetpack, especially near Heathrow Airport. Hello, shoulders. Right, okay. Moving on. Talk about tangents. That's got to be a good tangent to go on, isn't it? Yeah.
Sorry.
Robert Van Buren says, hello, PropDoggers. Hello, Robert. Afternoon, says John Middleton. Finley says, fair play, Charlie.
Oh, gracious.
He's taking it on the chin as Finley. Yeah. He's sitting there going, fuck it.
I know.
I'm going to have Charlie. I'm going to have him.
Yeah. Don't open your door for a while, Charlie.
Yeah. Yeah, look behind you when you're going out, mate. Simon Keen's there, Chris Gillanders, Matthew Colley says, good afternoon, team. Hope you're keeping well. We're keeping very well, actually. Very, very well. Robert Wilson says, going to miss a live show today. Driving to Cornwall to celebrate my first year wedding anniversary. Poor woman.
I can think of better ways to celebrate something than going for a long drive.
Yeah. Watch
I'd go to a
PropDog
party
Live
or
together.
something.
Watch PropDog Live together. What
Yeah.
better celebration is there than
Yeah,
that?
I'll just in the car on your wedding anniversary. Oh.
Do you know how many New Year's Eves I've seen in a car? Usually, I was just saying usually about midnight. Of course, well, yeah. Usually in the middle of the night, in wet, foggy, windy, cold conditions in a car going back from a gig. Or
Right. Yeah.
Frank Valenti says yes, it's the
It is.
Vega effect with the folded card.
Yeah. So we've had it for ages. It's not new. It's been out a fair while. I'd say it's all right, but I think there's just better ways of doing it. and the actual method isn't really new. I think he might have added an extra card in. But personally, I think since that card needs to be paper clipped, so it's a force, and then you've got several outs, and it involves a paper clip. Yeah, I don't see why you.
Yes, I watched the trailer for this one the other day. I know the one you mean.
I don't see why you don't just use. There
was a force.
A paper clipped.
Was it a force?
Yeah, so it's limited down to just a few outs.
Right.
So you have to limit it down to a few outs, and then you can do it. So you could just have a small index, and you'd be cleaner. So I don't like it because that's the card, and that card can't be handed out or touched by.
That's not very clean at all, is it?
It's not very clean. I mean, it looks very clean on video. It'll look very clean.
You have to be a little bit further away.
If you briefly show it, it's fine. But if anyone was to look at this, they'd go, "Well, I guess because it's folded, you might get." I mean.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean you can.
So the fold is really clear. If you hold it properly in the right way, I think without handing it out, you might get away with it a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, but I would rather just switch it using a paper clipped or a bulldog clip.
How many outs are
there? 4, I think. 4. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, 4. Yeah, 4 outs.
So I would rather, personally, switch it and give it to them to unfold. I'd be completely clean about it if you're going to do it. So I'm not a big fan. It works. It's clean. I would just do it in a different way, because otherwise, if they want to see that card, they can't, and that's the bit that is going to grab them.
Unless you switch the card out. You could always do it and then have an index of 4 cards somewhere else, mercury folded. So you do it, show it to them, come back down, and just say, "Oh, did you want to see it all the way?" And just throw it out.
So I would rather either start or end clean, neither of which you can do with that.
I don't think it's too bad though.
No, it's not bad.
It's not too bad, yeah.
It's not bad. I just don't think it's the best solution. I don't know, some £20, something like that. It's not a lot, I don't think.
Yeah, it's worth a punt. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to do something like a bit of a mini parlour and you just want to get one person up, I think you'd be alright with that. I wouldn't use around the tables, that's all.
No. Yeah, you're probably right. Actually,
once a night you'll get away with it, but if you do it at 12 tables, somebody somewhere on that 12 is going to want to go and see it.
Yeah,
if you're on stage, one person up, that person isn't really going to ask to see it because they're kind of like doing the headlights.
Yeah, and I think that's how he shows it. So I suppose if you've got decent control of your audience and your environment, then it's actually really good.
Social media.
Or
Brilliant
social media,
yeah, because that's right in view the whole time. You get away with it perfectly then, yeah. Adrian says, "Hello, Dave and Alex. Thank you for my bottle of water trick. My bottle of water trick.
What?
My bottle of water. Do we sell bottles of water trick?
Yeah.
Okay, some of those. Yeah. Thank you for my bottle of water trick. What a trick. People are loving it. It's forced me to actually mercury in front of real people. Wow.
Oh, you've got very. You're missing out some words there, Adrian. But well, we've got the gist.
He's been drinking bottles to try and make another one. That's what it is. Yeah. Third bottle of wine. I'm turning into an Arsenal. That's why turning into Arsenal.
Turning into Arsenal.
Yeah. Says Finley. She's turning into an arsehole. Charlie Robinson, it was about time. Mortal Playing Card says, these immortal jokes are worse, getting worse every time. Yeah, well, don't use a name like Immortal in the title of your name, because you're asking for it.
Yep.
Brandon says, I never knew you was a Marine. Have you just found out? Have you been stalking me? I didn't mention it, right? No. Yes, I was a Marine. Royal Marine, 13 years.
I wasn't.
Joined up in 1991. No, you just kind of live in a marine environment.
That's true.
With a nice looking red-topped boat.
Yes, so Dave very kindly helped me sort the roof of my boat.
Show him a picture, shall we?
Yeah.
Should we show him a picture? You want to see a picture of Alex's boat? Yeah, so Sunday and Monday last week, Alex and I ground down all of the paint, scraped all, we kind of wire brushed electric drills and grinders. Grinders. Took all the paint off the top of his boat, and Alex gave it a good old paint.
And all the rust. I actually
on Wednesday, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah, I actually thought it was going to take thousands of pounds and be a very horrible and expensive task. So thanks to Dave and his incredible knowledge and useful skills. 2 days.
Right, if anyone wants to see the top of Alex's boat, this is what the top of Alex's boat looks like.
Did I send you a before?
That one? No, we've got a before. Yeah, send me a before. So that's the that's Alex's boat there. There you go.
I'll send you a before.
So you can see, I mean, it was rusted to hell, wasn't it? It was properly rusted. There's grey paint on it with big long patches of rust everywhere. And yeah, you can see what it looks like before. And that red, by the way, is a red oxide primer, but Alex actually likes the red, so do I. It looks great, so he's going to keep it that colour, aren't you?
Yep.
And then the sides are going to be pink, the front's going to be yellow, the bottom's going to be blue.
Yep.
Oh, Alex, there we go. Right, so, oh yeah, right, okay, so good picture. There you are. So for those of you that are interested, which is probably one or two of you, this is the boat before. So you can see what a mess it was. Oh, there's another one there. Oh yeah, here we go. So this is halfway through sanding it. There we go. And just so they can see, that's as it is now.
Incredible. Incredible.
Incredible.
I am thrilled.
Amazing. That's good, mate. Yeah.
Yes, I'm absolutely. I mean, I'm absolutely amazed.
And you're going to paint it this week. You're going to amaze like an amaze wand, or that's not an amaze wand, is it? What's that?
This is wand sanitizer.
It looks like a wand e-cigarette. That's a trick. A wand e-cigarette.
Oh, it's empty.
Is this just a gag? You can just do it.
Well, no. So I think the idea is that actually you do sanitise people's hands when they come up on stage in a slightly comic way. So it does work. So it's funny and also useful, and that's what it is.
How much is it?
$18.99, I think.
It's not too bad for a gag. It's an interesting
well, you can still
idea.
use it. You can still use it as a wand anyway.
Yeah. Interesting little idea. Yeah.
Yep. So there you go. So that's what it looks like if you want to see. So it's just got a little bottle top.
Cool.
A little depressing. You can fill it. I guess you unscrew it to fill out. I haven't read the instructions. Yeah.
I've got a new trick.
Have you?
Yeah.
Go on then.
Do you want to see it?
I don't know if I do. Go on.
You don't know anything about this, do you?
No.
It's a new trick I've just invented, or well, not invented. I've just remade. You know how we for example, have taken the ring flight and made the ring flight revolution. We've taken hydrostatic glasses and made them the best hydrostatic glasses on the market. We've taken the drink of the news and made the best ones out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got my own new trick. I call it Baffling Egg Boxes. Got 1, 2, 3 egg boxes. Lift up the well, lift up the whole pile. Lift up the whole pile, Alex. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now lift up the top one.
Oh, bloody hell, that's
heavier, isn't it?
That's incredible.
Isn't that amazing?
That is.
It's a new trick. It's fantastic, isn't it? Yeah.
Have you done that?
Well, hang on. This is
literally.
This one's 45 quid, is it? Ooh, what do we say?
The difference in
45
weight,
pence.
That is
45
absolutely.
Pence. Well, you know.
I am staggered. That is an amazing. Literally, that freaks me out.
See,
brilliant.
I told you I can do it better than that, man, for cheaper.
That is,
all you need is a couple of egg boxes and
Well, don't do it for cheaper. Sell it for 40 quid. I think it's brilliant. So.
All you need is a couple of egg boxes and a couple of really big PropDog nuts. Amazing, isn't it? Great little trick. So there we are. 45 pence each if anyone wants one. Tell you what.
It is a good effect though.
I would have that any day of the week.
I would. No, that was better. That was better. But probably, I mean, harder to carry around.
Metal
harder
blocks
to carry around.
Yeah. I was going to try and do 3 feathers, but I found it hard to make a titanium feather. It was.
I thought that's just a sensational trick. Well, seriously, that's worth it.
There you go.
Well, there you go. It's
anyone out there want to buy the rights for that trick for me? Let's say £3.50 to buy the rights. It's yours.
I actually think the size and the massive weight.
Well, no, what makes that so good is the egg cartons are so ridiculously light in the first place.
Yes.
Where those boxes there are steel boxes.
Yeah.
You see steel, you feel cold metal, your mind automatically says heavy anyway before you start anything.
Yeah.
But that doesn't, which is actually the effect of it. Moving on. You had no idea I was going to do that, did you?
No, I like it too.
There we go. Peter Booth says, I think we all want to see the wand sanitizer.
There you go.
Yeah, Roger Minton. Hi, Dave and Alex. Hello, Roger. I hope you're well. Andy Tingley says, afternoon, everybody. And afternoon to you too, Andy. Kevin King, you might be next to be sacked. Lee Alex says, yes, please. What's that regarding to?
I don't know. I might be.
So I'm having withdrawal, doing some kombucha. Yes, please. To what, Alex? What did we just talk about?
One sanitizer?
Yeah, probably, yeah. Flying cars, maybe, was that?
Oh yeah,
They're called planes, lads. I was first, says Gary. Yeah, first to be not first. Finley says, I have a close-up competition this weekend at my local club. Haven't performed in a long time, and the first time is in front of magicians. Very much looking forward to it, though.
Oh, good.
Do you know,
Forget they're magicians.
A lot of people get very nervous performing in front of magicians. I used to get very nervous performing in front of magicians because I was always thinking, well, they're going to know what I'm doing, they're going to know how I do it. But then I realised, well, of course they're going to know how you do it. They're bloody magicians. I mean, you know, you go on, you watch Penn and Teller Fool Us, you pretty much guarantee that you're going to know most tricks as well as Penn and Teller as well. Or you watch, you know, Fizzomat, you're pretty much going to know most of what's happening. So don't worry about it if anyone gets nervous in front of magicians. Just accept the fact they know about it, and it makes it easier then. You haven't got to worry about it. Concentrate on the performance. Jonas says, flying taxi, Alex. Let's start with a floating boat. Hello, Jonas. Gary says, you know the baffling blocks you sold me? Right. Key arrived, none fitted my door, laugh out loud, says Roy. Oh, Roy, by the way, we have an apology to make. So, the mental bells, I know a lot of you wanted the mental bells, and we placed the order on the Tuesday when we got in, based on how many we had, which was about 7 or 8 at the time, but we ordered 12 in, and then a lot more people ordered them afterwards. So we ordered about 12 and we got enough to cover all the orders, but we had a mad rush today packing them all up in a really busy week, and then suddenly we found your email, Roy, which says about the can we age the rope for you. So I did reply, but we replied after we already shipped it, so I apologise for that. But as I said to you on the email, and this is for anyone else as well, if you want to age the rope and make it look a bit older, just get a hot tea bag, a wet tea bag, and some hot water, and just dab it in. Don't put the rope in there because you've got electronics in it, but just get a tea bag and dab the rope all over, hot tea bag, and dab it in again, and go back and forth a few times, and it will naturally age and look old. Yeah, you can do that. If you want to age the bell, that's a bit of a more complex process, but really easy to do still. If you do want to know, email us, and I will tell you what to buy off Amazon to help you do that.
It was probably my fault, actually, because I saw that email and didn't tell Mila first thing this morning. I completely forgot all about it, but I did know.
That's right, we expect it from you. You know, just one of those
communication's key, isn't it?
Just
Communication.
Like you forgot to buy a floating boat. Silly. Anoop says, hey guys, hello Anoop. And Rebecca says, hey guys, happy Friday. Hi Rebecca, I hope you and Sam are well. Gary Ogden says, just sold it.
Oh, the baffling blocks.
Oh, okay.
See, they're in demand. You see?
Frank says, thanks as always for the honest review. I'll stick with the J Sankey paperclip.
I think so.
Absolutely. Andy Tingley says, be ordering again soon, but credit card blocked due to someone trying to use it. Gutted thing is, I've only used that card for buying magic. Now, for a fact, it's not you, because someone else, someone somewhere is IFTY staff. Yeah, we had some IFTY staff here as well, actually, but it wasn't us. Was it you?
No.
Okay. Alprendo, hello Al. He says, if it's Southend, I'm watching it. If it's at Southend, I'm watching it. Keith Wilson says, hi chaps, trust you're well. Thinking of buying DMC Elites. Are the greenbacks easier to read than the reds? About the same, aren't they?
Yeah, not much difference.
Pretty much identical. Hello darlings, says Stan. Hello Stan, hope you're well mate. Your little buddies out there, as usual, Friday. Zonk. Yeah. Immortal playing cards. I feel strange saying immortal playing cards. Can I just call you IPC? Yeah, IPC. IPC says, right, I'm going to have a think of some PropDog ones. Adrian says, that's not Alex's boat, it's above the water level. Rebecca Orban said, the boat looks great, reminds me of Rosie and Jim.
All right.
Brings back some memories. Adam Evans says, hi guys, been asked to do magic that relates to canned foods and need a mystery box style effect design, but with a can of beans. Any ideas? Not really for a mystery box style, that's going to be a little bit difficult. I can make you a can with a fake lid that will look like it's sealed, or a fake bottom that looks like it's sealed, and if you had that in a box you could then drop a card into it as you load it and pull it out. I could do that for you. You can also buy a, it's like a safe, a little sort of safe with a can, can't you? You can safe, I think you call. You put them in your cupboards with all your valuables in. You can maybe use one of those. But have a look at Peas and Pears by Trevor Duffy. It's a great little effect that involves a can of is it peaches or peas? I can't remember which one it was. Yeah.
Oh, there's some pineapple surprise as well.
Okay, yeah.
And also Joel Dickinson on I don't know, one of his lectures. I don't know if it was an Alakazam thing or an at the table thing. I can't remember. Joel Dickinson had a card inside a can of anything.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Why does the word "cantastic" spring to mind?
Because there is a trick.
Is there a trick called "cantastic"?
There's a trick called cantastic.
So it's stuck up there somewhere in the memory.
It's absolutely brilliant.
Right, yeah.
Absolutely amazingly brilliant.
Is that a can or is it a drinking can?
It's a drinking can. It's that it's that incredibly well CNC engineered.
Oh, that one. Right. Okay. Yeah. It's in my mind. Yeah. That's no good for you. Boat ain't bad, Alex. A 500 quid. Great buy. 50 quid. Graham Tierney says, "Afternoon, Dave and Alex." Hello, Graham. I hope you're well. And Eamon Doohan says, "Hi guys. Thanks for sending me David's bottle. Beautifully made." Hear that? Beautifully made.
Yes.
I'll enjoy coming up with the routines using it. Also, for Mr. Jennings, takes it easy, worth the wait. What a book!
Yeah.
What a book! Chris Gallender says, "I did the baffling boxes with tablet pill packets. The heavy one is iron tablets." Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
Cool, yeah. Of course, if you want it, just get 3 empty playing card boxes and put something heavy in one, or just use a full deck of cards in one and 2 empty boxes.
Yeah, but iron tablets would be quite funny, won't it? Because obviously be.
Yeah, that's the same. Yeah. Well, you know what we did for Craig's Salt Cellar?
Yep.
It was completely clear. You could use that, couldn't you?
Doesn't open up until all empty. Shows all that you could.
Well, I'm just thinking you could have 3 apparently empty salt cellars or 3
3
glass containers, 3 empty glass containers, but one of them is obviously going to be heavy.
Yeah.
Empty jars. Yeah, just jars would work well.
Yeah,
Kevin King.
but I think tablets. So you could have, your. I don't know, what would you have? Your glucosamine tablets, your whatever, and then your iron tablets on top, and then obviously that'd be good.
Dave for the win. Egg boxes. Thanks, Kevin.
Very good.
Is the one sanitizer on the site yet?
No. Well, it's half on the site. It's not enabled.
Right, so you can buy half of it, and then when the other half's on, you buy the other half, and we'll send you some glue, and you can just get it together.
It'll be on shortly after this live.
Staying late, are we?
That's what I was doing when I.
That depends what time we finish live.
Oh, it does. That's true. Well,
Dalian says, "Hey guys, thanks for sorting out my N5 coin set. You're most welcome, Dalian. Take over."
Absolute pleasure, Dalian.
Hey, quiet.
Hey,
Mr. Bricks is in the house. Brian Bricks is back.
Yeah,
go on, mate. It's Friday live. You should know that. Aki, be quiet. It's Brian Bricks. There we go. Any relation to that bloke on YouTube, by the way?
Listen, mate, not YouTube. I don't know who he is.
Aki, quiet. Right, I want you to divine my PIN number, mate.
What?
I want you to divine my PIN number. Go on, go for it.
What's that? What is that?
A wallet. Yeah, there's my credit card. I want you to divine my PIN number. I've
PIN
seen
number?
you do it on YouTube. I'm going to do it. Come on. Put your money where your mouth is, mate. Benjamin says, "I'm looking forward to making a whole egg theme set with baffling egg cartons, egg bag, and lucky cluckers." Hey, I ordered the chicken and egg from Amazon. I'll let you know soon. Good call, Benjamin. No, we want to see that video. We want to see that. Yeah, we'll pay for that. Peter Booth says, "What's the most expensive thing in the shop?" Some egg boxes. Most expensive thing in the shop. What we got? We got a haunted box. That's pretty expensive, isn't it? Oh no.
The wall, the Rubik's wall.
No, the book set. The Bruce Savon notebooks are probably, yeah. If you count them as a set, that's the most expensive thing in the shop.
Yep. Because they are absolutely wonderful.
Brian Bricks' tooth is pretty expensive.
So they're really interesting.
More expensive now.
I mean, no one's going to buy them on it because they're too expensive. But they're all written. They're Bruce Savon's notebooks.
If anyone is interested in these, by the way,
complete with spelling mistakes.
So we bought these in. So I very stupidly bought them in a long time ago, thinking that they are, because they're so bloody brilliant, that people would snap them up. Where is it? Hang on, come on, close up. There you go.
Yeah. So absolutely chock-a-block full of the notes and things, and I mean some of them are ideas without methods, not fully fleshed out. Thoughts, but some are much more, plus all the theory and interviews and stuff like that.
They are amazing, some brilliant things in them,
amazing.
but they're bloody expensive. I think they're about 200 and something odd quid. I bought them in thinking that, you know, I want to hold everything in stock rather than not holding it, and they've been here about 3 years and no one's shown the slightest bit of interest in them. But if anyone out there is a book collector and they do want them and they don't want to pay the full amount, because we don't want to hold expensive stuff in stock, I will be more than happy to sell 3 of them for the price of 2, saving you about 200 quid. So if anyone is interested, drop us an email, we'll sort you out a little discount. Peter Boo says, "What? Oh, well, I've done that one. That's just the one. Yeah. Other than that, I think it's going to be a Haunted Box, isn't it? Or Infinity 3.
How much is balance? How much is?
How much are the watches? £285 for the Time Smith watches.
Yeah, haven't we got that Rubik's wall up above the thing?
Oh yeah, got Rubik's wall on there.
Oh,
yeah, that's about 300 odd quid. These hands are the most expensive thing in the shop.
I don't know how much. I don't know how much smartwatch is expensive. Insight Pro. I don't know.
Why? How much money do you have to spend, Peter?
You can probably look it up. Look up on the website, can't you? You order it by price. You can tell us.
Yeah. Ottar says, "Hi everyone. I hope everyone is having a great Friday." Hello, Ottar. I hope you're well. How did your lecture go, mate? Hopefully it went stonkingly well. Tom Cocker says, "Hi guys. Thanks for shipping my order today. Can't wait to try out the Mental Bell. It's so much fun. So much fun." Benjamin Edwards says, "Is there an effect in Art of Astonishment 1 which uses, sorry, there is an effect in Art of Astonishment 1 which uses a sealed can as a chop cup style routine, I believe. It's called Beanie Weenie." Thank you, Benjamin. What a great name, Beanie Weenie. Okay. Just a Soul by Adrian Vega. Trick, £35. Thank you, Graham. Peter Bruce says, "Paul Romany has a built a can." Stan says, "Aki!" He just went, huh? Mars Thornton says, "Wanting to finish my table set with a vanishing by vanishing a 120mm contact juggling ball. Any ideas? Thinking this is probably a pipe dream." I mean, people produce large objects with a hat. There's always the objects that put in the hat down, and as you pick it up, come off lapping it and send it off. Or you want something like a black art table, possibly, or a
blank-faced decks.
Oh, a blank-faced deck. What, vanish out a juggling ball?
They're on that right-hand side, second or third drawer down.
Over here?
Yeah.
Yeah, the ones for the trick decks. If you could get a... Well, you can get bubble material that goes hard, so you blow a bubble and it goes hard. If you could get a bubble the right shape and the right size, even if it just switched out for a second, maybe you could cover it with a silk as you lap the ball and produce the other ball, and then you can see the ball shape. You can just show a very quick show like that and then splat it really down, and that will go. I
don't know, but I think someone like Bob Reed's probably got. He's probably on video vanishing or appearing something big. Or actually, just do a bit of contact juggling, and most people will wander off. Yeah.
Oh my God! Look at the size of that elephant at the back of the room.
Yeah, I was just like,
yeah, no, I think the only other thing is some kind of little frame. So you cover it maybe with a cloth. Maybe you could have a little frame. You can do a little mini zombie thing with it like that, and then just collapse it down and make it vanish.
I suppose there's that bowling ball production. I wonder if there's a way of reversing that in some way. I don't know. You'd have to play around, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Ottar says, "Isn't the duck bucket the most expensive?" I can't remember how much the duck bucket is, Ottar, but yeah, could well be. Amber says, "I think the most expensive thing in the shop is Dave's hands, tools of the trade. Must cost a fortune on insurance." Thank you, Amber. Yeah, my thoughts exactly. Random Friday question: when was the moment in your life you laughed the hardest? When I read your message, Amber.
God.
Ha ha ha. No. Laugh the hardest. You know what, I honestly can't remember.
I mean, I laugh quite a lot.
Yeah, there are times when I've laughed till I'm crying, but I mean, I can't remember.
I mean, well, if you ever watched
half
the...
time I was drunk or
I think the SpongeBob Toolbox by Steve Dackery, if you ever watch that video, you'll see me laughing pretty hard for quite a long time. So that was a good 40 minutes of laughing. But yeah, thanks to Jason.
Adrian says, "Talk to Miles Thornton about the contact juggling ball."
We just haven't we?
I thought, wasn't it Miles?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Miles. Adrian, what you want, mate? It was Miles who asked about it. He's miles away. Definitely a black art table with a well, perhaps cover with a cloth and see it melt into the table. Yeah. Sam brought in an amazing table last Friday. We were going to show you on the live, but unfortunately it didn't work. There's a bit of an issue with it.
Never lets him down, apparently.
Never lets him down until he gets here. Yeah. And that was amazing. All electronic, and yeah, you could put something on the table, cover it up, and it would just either make it vanish or switch it with something. Peter Booth says you're going to get angry mail from Contact Jugglers now, Alex.
Wow.
Peter Booth says you laughed the hardest when you saw the Twixter trailer. Yeah, good call, Peter. Yeah, actually, we did laugh a lot. Yeah. Miles says it was me who asked, you fool. Yeah. Adrian has definitely been drinking that wine, hasn't he? Yeah, definitely been on the bottle today. The first time you saw Alex's boat, you must have laughed then. I was more of a cry, really. Yeah.
I think your first words were, "Can you get your money back?"
Yeah. Yeah. Especially when you walk inside and the smell of mould, tobacco, urine,
dead things.
Yeah.
Wasn't pleasant,
feces,
was it?
yeah, fish. Yeah, as well. It's nice inside now. No, it's really, he's done a brilliant job. He really has. It looks nice. It looks posh. It's clean. It smells of nice fresh wood. Yeah, it's good. Artar says, I think one of the moments I laughed when I laughed the most was when seeing Faye Presto at the Magic Weekend in London. Adrian, that's what I get for trying to take work calls and watch the live. See, you're drunk at work, Adrian. I mean, come on, mate. What's going on? Yeah, all three of us, says Miles. Graham Turney says, would you have a preference between Infinity Watch V3 and the Timesmith watch if you had to choose?
I think I would.
Timesmith, I think I'd go for.
You see, I'd go. So, Timesmith does a lot more. It interacts with a lot more things. Much more versatile. But I prefer the watch face of the Infinity Watch, and I think I would only ever really do a simple laying the face down. I'd only do a basic routine. I wouldn't make a whole. Oh yeah, we can do. Yeah. Let's show them.
Yeah.
And also, I'm a sucker for nice packaging. Which one should we go? Modern
Yeah,
one.
you got any Tyvek receipts?
No, we don't. We just print them to order. We don't have them in the shop. We got Tyvek lottery tickets, but we don't do them. So you'd have to bring receipts in, have to scan them and put them through the computer and print them all off.
So they do now look fairly similar.
But we don't do them. Steve Rowe does them as a buy thing now. We got Tyvek lottery tickets now if you want them.
I need them for Tuesday.
Well, have you got an inkjet printer at home? Give him some black.
Oh, you're going to probably zoom in on those, aren't you? But
yeah, so give him some black Tyvek.
So let's get this one out.
You need one Tuesday.
Yeah.
Well, if you bring us some
Monday.
Monday.
Yeah, 'cause I've got to Manchester.
Well, you're leaving on Monday.
Yeah.
The only way you could do it is if you brought them in early Monday. I could scan them into the printer and do them then. Scan them into the machine and do them then. But then you're going to want them a special size, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to work out. I'm going to have to Photoshop it all and everything as well, so it could take a bit of time. Just use real ones, mate.
Huh?
Just get some real ones.
It needs to be on a pull.
On a pull?
Yeah.
Alright,
So
okay.
it needs to be strong. I just have to reinforce
What,
it.
you're doing that as an extreme burn, you mean?
No.
Oh, just as on their own?
No, I'm changing it to a gift card.
So, I mean, if you hang around tonight after the live, I've got some receipts up there. I could probably scan something in and do something then if you wanted. But
Yeah, 'cause I'm going to put it on a reel and then receipt.
Right.
I'm just going to change the gift card.
Why don't I give you some blank Tyvek and you just glue a receipt to the Tyvek? Just glue it to it and then cut it out and then
Yeah.
be fine, yeah?
Yeah,
I'll
because
give you some Tyvek then.
they're not examining the receipt anyway.
Right, if you want to show that, I'll sort
Yeah. Right. So they look fairly similar. I think you'll agree. Dave could do a close-up with this on his phone when he comes and unlocks it. They do look fairly similar. What I like about this, they're about the same width as well, the same depth. Not much difference at all. I just prefer this face. The face of the Bluther watch has a sort of detail in it. It's kind of raised, it's sort of embossed a little bit, whereas that one looks a bit plain. And I think the white faces are my favourite anyway. The big advantage of the Timesmith one for me would be the voice recognition. I think that is really nice. and very clever and seems to work brilliantly well. With the Bluetooth watch, you are left with a little device that you can put in your pocket or even hold in your hand that you enter the time with. You can have this on a pen as well. They're out of stock on Murphy's and the pen. I quite like the pen actually. I think it's more expensive, but I think it's really quite useful. That's the problem. So you're probably gonna have to put your hand in your pocket at some point, or at least near your pocket, to tap that. But I don't mind that too much. While you're asking them to name your routine, your time that you might have set, I think that's absolutely fine. I think it'll fly really nicely. Obviously, that will be cleaner. And with this watch, you can actually pull the crown out and make the hands whirl around, so you can actually show that you are changing the time by turning the crown when you put it down, which is, again, I think a really good selling point. So because I'm not going to use the extra functionality of the Timesmith watch, I wouldn't bother spending the extra 70 odd quid, to be honest. I would just go with the watch. I prefer the look of it. I don't mind it having a remote control, and for a simple basic show you whirling the hands around and let someone choose a time. And some of the routines on the tutorial are really good as well. Some don't actually use the remote control, so that's quite handy. Yeah, at the same time, Timesmith, for what it does, is an absolute bargain. If you were going to use any of the functionality with the dice or the voice recognition, or all of the other possible input modes, then definitely go with a Timesmith. So I don't think one's certainly not bad. One does a lot more, but it's not that much more expensive either. So it depends, really. Depends what routine you're going to do, really, and whether you think if you're going to start integrating it, or like I say, you want the other input methods. So this would just use your phone, and it's a swiping method as well. I mean, it's a vast. You can download the app and have a look and see all the ways of doing it. So slightly more limited, but you can move the hands, and I think that's enough for me. Okay. I hope that's clear. Any questions, just fire them in. Dan Slater, tips on Comedy Magic by Robert Bax, any good? No, I don't. Didn't find anything in it at all. You're best off probably just buying a good book on writing comedy and learn joke structure and examples of how to think in a funny way, and just try and bring comedy in that way. There are plenty of books out there on writing comedy, and you'd stay well clear of anyone doing the same jokes or falling into the same traps as many people do. Oh,
who's that? Say hello to Stan. Say hello to Uncle Stan.
Oh, I need 5 more bits of.
Oh, for God's sake, mate.
Flash paper.
oh, okay.
Yeah, they're in the freezer.
Is there none in there?
I put them in the freezer this morning. It's in here.
What, the ones down here?
Oh, the giant ones?
Yeah.
Oh, there's just some in there. I didn't realise the giant ones in there. Okay, no worries. Let's sort that.
Yeah, 5 more.
Oh, right, okay. Are we still talking watches?
Well, if you want to show the different faces close
Oh,
up.
I'll do a quick close up then while that's going on. There we go. So, yeah, that's the face of the Timesmith one. And there's the, where is it? There it is.
The big 60 by 60 one?
Yeah.
Hold it into that.
Where are they? There we go. There we go. That's what they look like. Awesome. Right, okay. Where were we? Oh, the tips on Comedy Magic. Did you answer that?
Yeah.
Alex? Yeah, because Dan asked us about it the other day on an email, and I didn't know. I thought you might know.
Yeah, no, it's not very good.
Oh, there you go. Anoop says, great interview, Dave, on Craig's channel. I recently watched it. Oh, thank you, Anoop. I'm glad you like that. Right, okay. What are we going to talk about? I can't even read his writing. What's his writing look? Terrible. Hey, while he's not here, right? So, you know what Alex is like about the kombucha thing? Yeah? Doesn't like my kombucha, apparently.
Cool, isn't it?
Nothing? Nothing. Nothing. What was that you were drinking in the video, Alex?
Orangeade.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
Right,
it was the Orangina that I had left
cool.
over.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
You swore.
Yeah.
Oh,
He goes, all right, but don't tell anybody.
You swore. Oh.
Mate, I was secretly feeling like that. What I missed though, I pressed stop just before you said, that's really nice, Dave.
I didn't say that at all. I would never say a thing like that.
He really went, what is this?
Oh, can't believe it.
Can't read your writing there. What's that?
Tribolical. It's a new little thing from.
I've seen that before.
Well, I'm not sure it's that new. It's re-released or it's back out.
I've seen it. We've seen it before. We used to sell it.
Yeah, so it's back out. 3 brilliant tricks. You get the gimmicks in there.
And a DVD.
And brilliant. Really nice commercial, not too hard magic by John Bannon with a little help from Liam Montier. I really recommend it. It is $17.99, and you get a lot more out of this than many books that are £60. That are just
Don't be
full of
put
drawings.
off by the look of it. Yeah. It's not a Mr. Man book. Yeah. This packaging is quite insane. I mean, should have just come in a sandwich bag. You could have saved an extra 20 quid, but there we go. Yeah, it's insane. Have you finished talking about all this?
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
I mean, for any questions, I mean, they're both there. They're both good. Of course, the other thing, I suppose, with the Timesmith one, you're only carrying around your phone, which you'll have with you anyway. Whereas with this, you've got the remote to remember and so on. So it's
two
more
lines or extension lead to recharge it.
So yeah, I suppose the Timesmith one's more impromptu as well for that reason. You're always going to have it with you.
Cool. Right. Put that away. Dalian says, I've heard the V2 of Timesmith watches that the crown does move, although it still doesn't actually work. The crown on the old Timesmiths didn't even work or twist properly.
That's fine, but it's really nice with the Infinity watch to pull the crown out and watch the hands spinning round, so that they know that it's changing, so that when they know that it's moving around. So just spinning the crown, I guess people will assume that it's moving around, but
Adam Bonus says, afternoon gents, why must work make me late for the live? Adam, quit your job, mate. There's the answer, really, isn't it? Quit your job.
Yeah.
Right, are we talking about anything else? N6 coin set.
Yes.
N6 coin set. Let's talk about that.
Right. Yes. This is so N6. You might remember N5.
It's not the N1 or the N2 or the N3 or the N4. It's the N6.
N6 from London up to Leeds.
Yeah, can't wait for N7.
That's the M1, isn't it? From up to Leeds. N6, brilliant, isn't it?
Coins are amazing. I mean, the gimmicks. Right. So the biggest problem we have with this is trying to work out which one was the bloody gimmick. Because you've got all these lovely coins
put the
here.
back in the wrong order. The gimmicks got to go in that one. Otherwise, you never know.
That's the thing. So yeah, 3 coins, highly examinable. And when I say highly examinable, I mean if I give these to you now, right? Hang on.
Oh, don't. No,
I did this to Alex earlier on, right? Hang on, let me do. Oh, no, I don't need to know.
So actually,
right. Which one is the gimmick?
So I'll confess right away. I opened it up, had a good look, did the whole bit, did all the usual moves to open up or twist a coin or slide a coin out. I had to go and watch the tutorial just to confirm whether or not one of these was gimmicked.
Yeah.
I mean, one of these is gimmicked.
It's ridiculously examinable. So if you don't know which one's which, there is a little way worked out by tapping. You can figure out which one is a gimmick.
But I see, I think. Well, I'm going to guess it's. This one.
That one.
See, there you go. Are you sure?
Yeah.
How do you know?
Listen. That's a gimmick.
Okay.
Yeah, guaranteed. And it's brilliant because it's so examinable, it's ridiculous, and you can't open it up without the key, which is kind of a downside in a sense that you need that to open it, so you can't quickly get it off in mid-performance. Once you engage it, that's it. So that's the end of the effect. It's not like you can get it on and off like a normal shell or something and redo it. which is in some people's eyes a downside, in some people's eyes a brilliant effect. I like the routine with the if you watch a trailer, by the way, you'll know what this is, the trailer with the string. I think that's the strongest thing on there. You like the spellbound move, don't you?
Yeah, I like the spellbound. So you have a black coin, you change it into a red coin, then you change it back to a black coin and you hand it out.
I'm going to show them a close up because they are really nice gimmicks.
So one of these is gimmick, if they can tell which one. I mean, it's impossible.
It's impossible on the camera.
Turn them out.
Yeah, turn them over. Yeah.
So that's the sides.
Right, can I pay for this?
You can see they are really good quality.
Yeah.
Go away, Mr. Bricks.
Oh, I'll take the stuff.
Yeah.
Just do it online. Do it online.
Let me just go back over here. There we go. So those are the the gimmicks.
And actually, I was thinking, what you could do if you you'd need an extra. You need to get an extra coin, but for your charming Chinese challenge, you could do the. You thread 2 onto the string and you pull one off, and then immediately hand it out for examination. You could do that as part of your charming Chinese challenge, which would be a nice additional visual routine. But absolutely incredibly well-made gimmick. Good variety of routines, and an absolute snip at $56.99. So, brilliant, really good.
Can't you do it without a glass?
No.
Right, Kevin King. Disney made me take all my alcoholic labels off, so I turned my Ken Brook multiplying bottles into San Pellegrino bottles. Now, I like it even better. Just an idea to offer non-alcoholic labels family shows. If you're asking us to print labels for bottles, then we can certainly do that. No problem at all. Matt Boscove, belated greetings. Dog says, hope everyone is well and having a non-shit Friday. Yeah, I'm having a good Friday, actually, funnily enough. Now the boat's ready, so we've got still another layer of paint, but that'll be good. So what we also got to talk about, which Dave hasn't seen, is a 3D t-shirt, Halloween. I got one in to have a look because we didn't get the previous 3D t-shirts in. And you can basically have a t-shirt which has got that picture of one of those spooky hands holding a deck of cards, and you just pull a deck of cards out and it vanishes. It's really nice. You use your own t-shirt. This bit here is something that you actually stick on to your own t-shirt, and I mean the method is fairly obvious if you watch it, you know, to a magician, but it is quite a handy way of producing a pack of cards if you want to. So yeah, it looks really good. It does work, and it's $34.99, which I don't know. I mean, I don't really perform in a t-shirt, so I'm guessing if I was walking, I wouldn't wear a t-shirt with that picture on either. But the idea is nice, and if that does suit your style, then certainly go for that. Right then, where are we? We're out of stuff, Dave. What are you doing?
Just sorting Ryan out. Sing and dance for them. What's the time? Oh, nice and early. Get them to ask you some questions.
He asked me a question. Someone, help! Help!
I'll be there to rescue you in a minute.
What else is coming? Something Mouse is coming. So we've got, oh yes, the Oracle system. A lot of people have been asking about this for a long time. It's been a couple of months that hasn't been available. So that's back in stock now. We've already sold half of what we got in, so it's still going like hotcakes. But here you go, Ben Simon Oracle system and 4K Vision. It's back in stock as well, which is a really nice extended routine on the old Colour Vision box, which is nice. I mean, it's a shame, I think, in some ways that the box is still a plastic box. Or perhaps if they'd sort of up that to something that a professional might want to carry around and not have it look too much like a child's toy, would have been better. But I do love the actual hands-off of the final phase. I think it's really clever. Is the tutorial really decent? I didn't watch the whole tutorial. Watched the introduction to the gimmick, and you can pretty much work it out. It is better than the N5. The N5 just had that slight turnover image. You have to watch it really carefully, so it's better than that.
Alex, is the ISO
Yep.
on your phone?
Yep.
Yeah, Alex says to.
93.92.
How much is the other door?
How much?
93.92.
93, 92.
Little door is 33.
There you go.
Thank you.
Plus VAT, whatever that is, about 39.99.
Otto asks, Alex, when planning the show, do you have a set list that you always do, or do you experiment a lot? I try not to do the same trick twice. So my shows are all entirely different. I did do 2 shows within 3 days, and I overlapped a couple of tricks on those just because the 3 days wasn't enough to put enough tricks together that are new. So really, sometimes I'm still writing it on the tube on the way to the gig, but I'm always experimenting, and I just love doing new stuff the whole time. So just constantly, I've got a long list of tricks still to make, a lot of ideas. So I never do that whole perfection of a routine. I haven't got a set at all. It's entirely different every time. So so never do a trick twice, which is handy. Because all my tricks are mine as well. Usually, a couple weren't the other day because I need to film them for PropDog. So I never have that situation if you've got another magician on the bill that you're going to overlap and end up doing something similar or something that uses the same force or whatever like that. And also people can book me. I used to do 2 shows a month, and so that was 2 new shows every month I was doing, and never repeating the trick. So doesn't matter if the same people come back the next week. Dalian asked Dalian, have you got the LRC cards in stock? Couldn't see them on site. No, we've stopped stocking it. I don't know if Dave will do it as a special for you, but no, we've stopped stocking it as a standard, so that's why you can't see it on the website. And a bonus, any new kids magic? No, I'm trying to think. There's a few Gustav Rayleigh tricks have been released recently, but I'm not a big fan of them. But I mean, they do work. They're fine, but they're all of very similar flapness. So no, nothing particularly that stands out, I'm afraid, at the moment. Are you getting in the pocket watch version of the Infinity Watch? I can do. I don't know which ones are not available. The ones with the pens are definitely not available. They might be out of stock of all of them now, actually, apart from the ones that we've got here. We have got the pocket watch version of the SB one, which is quite nice. And if you are one of those so inclined that that's what you want, then it looks fine. Just good sign the face doesn't look genuine, I suppose, the face, which is all I really say. But the effects are the same. But it doesn't suit me. But we did have someone who specifically asked for the pocket watch to come in, so it's definitely up a few people's alley. All right.
That's mad that it's still there.
What is the most useless thing in the shop? Well, we've still got debut. Other than that, it's probably me, Jonas, I imagine.
You wanna?
I think that's everything. Cheers.
What's the most useless thing in the shop, Dave?
He's about to go.
Yeah, see everyone.
Me!
Twixter is probably amongst
we haven't got it
the
anymore.
worst.
I haven't got it
Yeah,
anymore, I think.
there were a few other ones. I can't remember what they were now that have gone out. I mean, that whole Sandsmine shelf is pretty shit.
Yeah.
Right, see you later.
See you later,
Thank you so
Pears,
much.
yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah, show us that video when you've done it.
Oh yeah, I'll film it on Tuesday. So
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Sweet. See you later.
It baffles me what is baffling and crap at the same time. I don't know really. That's about it.
I think some of I suppose what's useless is the things that aren't the best at what they do.
Yeah.
Essentially, so it's a bit annoying. You end up with so many different sort of peak devices, and you actually, you only need one.
Yep, the amount of new wallets that come out, card to wallets that come out, is ridiculous, and they all sell loads, and then weeks later people just end up going back to the JOL.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
they're pretty useless in a way. But we got loads of stuff in drawers at the bottom of drawers that have never sold since the shop opened. So yeah. Right, are we getting questions coming in? Frank says, have you ever read Spellbinder magazine? If so, would you advise the whole set or just the best of book? Spellbinder magazine. I don't even know what Spellbinder magazine. Never even heard it. Is that an American publication? I don't know, Frank. We've never heard of it over here. Anything scams minds except the ring box, says Charlie. Yes, totally. Oh, and the Sharpie, the Sans Mine Sharpie is pretty good. The rubber Sharpie, the Vanishing Sharpie. Sorry, that's pretty good. And ooh, there's one other one with the. Is it some burning something? Something I think. Trace. Yeah, that Trace was quite good. That's not bad. So.
I thought Devour was quite good if you could be bothered to make it.
Which one?
Devour.
Oh, the card gimmick.
I wish you could bother to make it.
It wasn't too bad, was it? Wasn't too bad. Yeah. So.
But, yeah.
Right. Okay. We have got. This is great. This is nice. Early one. There's only 60 people viewing today, so there's not so many comments coming in. Anything new we can talk about? What we got? Eye candy. What's that?
Eye candy's been out a while.
Yeah.
4K vision. We've got
PropDog Chop Cups. Have we talked about these before?
No, we got the deluxe haunted box in. Someone was asking about that.
Yes, yes. Oh, by the way, who was asking about Sleeve Star? If any of you are asking about Sleeve Star, we've got that in for you as well.
Yeah, so let's place an email.
The PropDog. This is it's dust from that. The a lot of you know we used to do the Starbucks chop cups, but when Starbucks gave us a cease and desist not to do them, we couldn't do them anymore, so we've had to go down to plain cups. So we do have those. We didn't make any for a while, and we just started remaking them. So if anyone is interested in a very organic looking chop cup, we do have these.
Oh, hang on, it's Wayne's book been released, doesn't it now?
Wayne's book, is it?
Didn't you say it was 2nd of September he was releasing it?
Was it? I don't remember. Did I say that?
Well, yeah, because I wasn't going to put it on the site.
Oh, Wayne Goodman. Sorry, I thought you said Wayne Dobson. Yes, yes, 2nd of September. Yes, it is. Yeah, brilliant. We'll talk about that. Right, so those of you that don't know, Wayne Goodman is a very, very good commercial magician. Does a lot of weddings and a lot of residencies up in, he's kind of Peterborough, Cambridgeshire way, around that kind of area. I can't remember exactly where he is. But yeah, a lot of you will know him. Very funny guy. And he created an amazing book called The Restaurant Workers Handbook, was it? Was it that one? No, not that one. No, it's a different one, was it? It was the Expert at the Restaurant Table. Yep. Expert at the Restaurant Table. Brilliant, brilliant book. 2 versions of it. And yeah, it was a really, really good seller. And I've got that dusty stuff in my eye now. And he has recently put out a new book called Weddings I Do, available in both paperback and hardback, and it is brilliant. It is like a Bible to doing weddings. Everything you ever wanted to know if you want to get into weddings, if you've never done them, or even if you are doing wedding magic and you want to improve your skills, we will show you the book. This is fantastic. So,
so just interesting, it even starts off with wedding fairs.
Yeah.
So it, you know,
fairs, everything from setting things up, where to go, all this kind of things.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't had a full read of it yet, but
Costs,
it is absolutely brilliant.
Different cars, setting up, and then goes through suppliers, venues, different types of venues you get stuck in, whether because you could be on a bus, quite literally. The running order of the day, where your work fits in.
Absolutely brilliant. He has thought of everything.
The wedding breakfast, how to go, where to go around the tables, the order you do the tables in. You see who can see what, so he covers your angles. Yeah, and he mentions the children. He mentions the bride and groom, obviously making them feel special. There's a bit about magic at the end. The card's got little horror stories that he's done, giveaways.
Go to the contents page. Show them the contents on it. That's going to be the important thing, so people can see just the type of quality you're going to get in there. There we go. So do you want to read them out?
Wedding magicians, types of magic, breaking the states, getting booked, wedding fairs, wedding advertising, website, wedding suppliers, wedding venues, the booking, the wedding, attire, the reception, the wedding breakfast, the evening reception, children at the wedding, the bride and groom, the magic at the tables, anniversary edition of Look Sharp, AC deck of cards, WG deck of cards, interaction, diamonds are for everyone, Wayne's wizarding wine, horror stories, jokes, Wayne's wedding statement. And here's the incredible fact that the average cost, should we have a little go? Average cost of, people can guess the average cost of a wedding in the UK.
And for bonus points, the average wedding cost of a wedding in the United States. And if you really want to go for it, the average wedding cost of a wedding in Peru.
Yep. And it's really interesting. So, especially if you know how to think about pricing. and so on like that. So it's a really in-depth book, full of research, and the stuff that possibly takes years to actually find out.
Yeah.
You know, so there's a lot of learning by experience thrown into a book.
So no one's answering yet. So the average cost of a wedding in the United States is £22,500. In the UK, it's £21,740. In Spain, £17,900. It goes on and on. Peru, £5,911, and the cheapest wedding of all is in Brazil at £5,000. If you want to get married, go to Brazil. Nice and cheap. There we go. Yeah, there were 242,842 marriages in the UK in 2017. The official number for 2018 to 21 has not yet been released. So yeah, approximately 5,000 weddings a week, and it goes on. It's just brilliant. He's got so much information on there. So what do you know the price of it? I can't remember the exact prices. Obviously, the hardback's going to be more expensive, but it's worth its weight in gold. So yeah, absolutely, really good. Rebecca says, any news on the eggs? Bear with me. Read some comments, Alex. Stephen Tucker did the magazine.
I think that might mean that there is some news on the eggs, Rebecca. I'm guessing. Would you consider a good resource on deck switching? I struggle to carry a few gimmicks decks with Mind Power and Fisted One be my faves, and switching them in for a regular deck of cards. I do a variation of Sean Farquhar's deck switch, which I think he teaches in various lectures, but I think it also comes in with an Omni deck. I think. I might be wrong. There is a book called Switching Decks, but I wouldn't really worry about that. Really, your hand's got to go into your pocket and you've got to switch the deck. So how you do it with your fingers to get the deck in and out is quite important. But also the cover to do that, I cover it with a joke. Because I think if you go into your pocket and you bring out a joke, people think that's the reason you went into your pocket. And they're laughing and they forget that you had a deck of cards in your hand. So, resources for deck switching, have you got?
Sean Farquhar.
That's what I said.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, that's one there is, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. Alex.
Yep.
Which one is the fake egg?
Oh, don't you start smelling them. Yeah, we've got.
So yeah, the eggs are very, very nearly done. They are looking amazing. You don't really see the light very well on the camera, but yeah, just a very quick spray with some matting spray, just to give them a little bit more of a dull look. And there's a tiny bit of a mark on the back where we have filled them with animal lube, horsey, cow, stroke animal lube. Yeah, so a tiny little mark there, which is just going to be covered over. But if you shake that,
Should I do it?
yeah, do it by the camera. You can probably hear. Hopefully you can hear that. It just that little sound. If you get an egg and shake it, not that people do, but when you pick up an egg, you can feel. If you pick up a hard-boiled egg and a raw egg, there was a definite difference. There was a definite difference in the feel because there's a liquid inside which kind of it sloshes as you move it, only very gently, but you can definitely feel with an egg. So when you pick these up, you know, if I just picked up a round object and this like this, you can just somehow feel that it is a fake egg and there's nothing sloshing in it. You can definitely know which one is the real one. So that's why I should turn my phone on silent. Miss Laura London wants to call me. Laura, if you're watching, come on. There we go. Right.
She's not watching. But anyway.
Maybe she's watching and think I'll wind them up. Dalian says, what would you consider a good read? Oh, I've done that one already. Rich Wellis says, have you read Sam Fitton's book, Fitton's book on wedding magic? I wondered if there was much crossover with Wayne's book. I haven't seen Sam Fitton's book. I didn't know we have got it there. We didn't even know we had it. Yeah, you got it. I mean, what do you consider?
There is some vague crossover. I think. I prefer, to be honest, I prefer Wayne's. It starts off and really shows things. I think it's more for when you're at the wedding. Wayne's also, you know, takes you through the whole journey of getting the first wedding gig, getting more gigs, and all of that stuff, which are touched upon in Sam's book. I think it's probably just slightly more in depth. But you know, highly recommended. I mean, I've got it. I'd get both. You know. So yeah, there is some crossover, but by no means are they the same.
For Miles Thornton. Half the eggs vanished. Oh, look at that elephant back over there. Isn't it great? Boom!
Oh.
See? A little bit of work, a bit of polishing, and we'll be there. Don't try that with real eggs.
Charlie, you're way off. Look, 10k. Charlie thought. Twice that, Charlie.
Are you ready?
Are you persisting in this?
Yes. The box is now going to disappear. Are you ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Boom! Genius. There you go. That's what you need. You need a person under the table, Miles. There we go. Did you ever see the Blackpool lecture where David Stone was just doing the most insane stuff? It was upstairs in
They're not real eggs.
It was upstairs in the, is it the Galleon, not the Galleon bar, the one upstairs. Well, anyway, upstairs at Blackpool. This is about, must be a good 10 years ago, but David Stone had his long table out, he was doing this lecture, and he was just doing the most insane things, and people were like, what the hell? And then he kind of stood there like this. Ooh, wonderful, wonderful. And then he suddenly pulled up 2 beautiful blonde women in skimpy bikinis over it. It was just fantastic. Does anyone remember that? It was just brilliant. Yeah. Typical David, amazing. Charlie Robinson says UK £10, or so £10,000 roughly. What's that about, Charlie?
Just about the wedding price.
Oh, okay, right, yeah, yeah, no, way more. Kevin King says, Data, I know the first 3 routines that I will start my show with, and the last routine that I will finish with. After that, I like to play it by ear in order that I will do my other routines. Doug says, popularity of magic at weddings is fascinating. It's rare here in the States. Why is that? Just a culture thing, or do you Brits like magic more than Americans? So Doug, it's really weird, yeah, because we speak to Americans all the time about this, and they just don't get the idea of having a magician at a wedding. And in the UK, I wouldn't say all weddings, but a large proportion of weddings do have magicians. I mean, it's fantastic. You go in there during the photographs to start. Well, you can get there. There's several different points, but you can go in there during the photographs when people are being called away to have their photos taken. It's not always in one group. They do a group at the end, but usually it's a couple of people here, a couple of people there. So there's lots of people standing around drinking the champagne, bored, waiting. So that's a great time to start. And then you obviously got the time during the reception as well, while people are having drinks. And then there's quite often a bit of a lull between the end of the ceremony and the photographs and the actual wedding breakfast. And a lot of guests will hang around the venue, and that's another time to go and do it. And then of course you've got the wedding breakfast itself, when people are going around, they're having their meal, just go around the tables and entertain them just like you would at a restaurant or corporate event. And it's a big thing, it's a big thing. And the average price for a wedding magician is anything from £300 to £700. So that's roughly what, $400 or $500 through to about $700, $800, $800, $900. Yeah, it's big bucks.
I think it's just maybe it's just been marketed that way. Maybe the magicians in America haven't marketed it or pushed it at weddings, so it hasn't become part of the norm. I'm guessing that's possibly. I'm assuming it was a magician who said you should be forcing himself on weddings rather than wedding people going, what we need is a magician.
But yeah, I think it'll catch on. I really do. It's a great thing. I mean, I think in America they think, if you have a magician, it's just a kids' entertainer to keep the kids busy, with the clown
possibly.
and the juggler or whatever. Yeah. Amber says, how much would it cost Sam and Becca to get married on your boat, Alex?
It would probably cost me quite a lot of money to convince them that it was a good venue, I think.
Well, if you're paying for it, I'm sure Alex will probably go halves with them.
Well, I suppose as a captain, I suppose I could probably marry them.
Captain Kirk, yeah. You're right, Aki. Hairballs. Charlie Robinson says, that cracked me up. They look excellent, Dave, says Tim Hodkinson. Kevin Dunn, great Mick, we could hear the yoke. Way. Spanish Hall, thank you, Otto, that was it in the Spanish Hall, yeah. So if anyone did see that was absolutely amazing, yeah. Really good. Right, well, I think this is a good chance to finish early now. We've not got that many viewers today, and we didn't have too much to talk about, and there's not that many questions coming in. So one last thing, what is that 3D shirt thing? Have we talked about that?
Yeah, it's you produce the it's a little. So this is what you get, and you do the pack of cards. You pull it out of the t-shirt. Right, yeah.
Okay. Right, let's do some giveaways. For those of you that don't know, The competition involves naming a card. So in a minute we're going to have 2 cards chosen at random. All you have to do is, when you see the word go appear on the screen, is name a playing card. 1 card only. If you name 2, you will be disqualified. Any cards are named before the actual word go will not count, and any cards called after the word stop will not count. You have 1 minute to name a card. Amber says, Alex, I messaged you about SodaStream.
Oh, brilliant.
Keyboard is sticking all the time. There you go. So, are you ready, guys? 3, 2, 1, go. Name a playing card. Right, so the rules are, guys, as I said, name 1 card only. If we choose your card and you're the first one to get it, you win. If 2 people call the same card, it's the first one on our screen. If nobody calls it, it's the nearest card to that of the same suit. If you do win, the prizes are on the home page. Scroll to the very bottom of the home page. There's a category there that says Facebook Live prize giveaways. Click on there. Choose any product you want that's in stock, and if it's in stock, email us and say, hi, I won, send me this, and we will send it to you first thing on Monday morning.
Regardless of anywhere where you are in the world.
Anywhere in the world, yes.
And you don't have to place an order for us
For example, Colin Underwood won last week, and he's in South Africa, and we were going to send it to him, although he had said to hold it for him until Blackpool.
Damn.
There we go. Or give it away to somebody, he says, to a youngster in the shop. I'm
well, no, you should get it, Colin. What you want?
Right, are you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop! There we go. So, lots of people have called, and we haven't even chosen a card yet. So, who do we like?
Well, so I noticed that Ifty very nicely he puts please. He said he'd like the 60.
What did he win? What did he call him? We'll
I can't remember. Yeah. That's Jack of clubs.
Right,
I think.
let's go for it then. So I'll say do it.
Yeah, but I was reaching around you, and then you moved and I had to step backwards. Do that whilst walking.
All right. This time, how are we going to choose the card? We did the whole blurring thing. We did the forehead thing. You've got to suck up a card. Are you ready? Here we go.
I can't.
Suck it up, come on. Suck it up, Alex.
Can't.
I'll make it easier for you. There you go.
Well, it's
Go on.
impossible. I can't do it, Dave.
There you go.
There you go.
You wimp. What was it?
9 of spades.
9 of spades. 9 of spades and 5 of spades.
It's all the dust from the boat.
Yeah, you're not very fit, are you, Alex?
I'm not very fit, no.
Yeah. Runs down the stairs. Nah, Alex is actually really fit. He has to keep fit so he can swim to shore in the boat.
Swimming every morning.
Okay, 9 of spades and the 5 of spades. Let's see who is closest. Somebody right now is going, yes, come on, I won. Where are we? There we go. Right, okay, so 9 of clubs, Gary Simpson, so close. 4 of spades is the closest so far for Tim, and Jack of spades for Otter is the closest if no one gets it dead on or closer. Lots of people calling the 9 of clubs but not the 9 of spades. There's very few spades at all being called.
5 of spades, 5 of spades, Bob.
Oh, Bob Terada, congratulations Bob, you're the first one, so we're just looking out for the 9 of spades now. So, lots of people have called the 9 of clubs. What's going
Otter's
on?
still winning on the spades. Could be yours, Otter. 7 of spades.
7 of spades. Oh, no, Otter's still first and close. They're both 2 off. Oh, Richard Wood, sorry mate, just too slow on the 5 of spades there. It's got to be the first on our screen. No. That's 5 people so far.
8 of spades, there you go.
5
right
people so far have called the 9 of clubs. And Andrew Vaughan, you are the closest with the 8 of spades. So, sorry Otter. So yeah, congratulations, and Andrew, and who's the Bob Trotter, wasn't it? Yeah. So congratulations, guys, and yeah, send us an email. Let us know what you want. We will send it off first thing Monday, and we get to go home early, 15 minutes early. Well, I'm going home early. You're going to put that product on the site. Yeah. I'll watch and supervise you. Make sure you're doing it right. There we go. Right, guys. Well, thank you all for watching. As always, we really appreciate it. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the Dutch Grand Prix this weekend. I will be, and we will see you bright and early.
I'll be watching the Arsenal.
Will you?
Yeah.
I don't know how to pull up a Is that a golf thing, is it? I don't know. I'll see you all on Friday at 4 o'clock next week. Have a great weekend. Thanks, guys.